Alright guys, getting ready for the long comp stream here. I'm going to be practicing in between fishing and take a break here and there, but for the most part we're going to keep the stream up and going. You guys stop in and out, and I hope all you guys the best of luck today. I'm going to go play around with a couple different strategies for this Klonchkin thing here. I can't remember, is that a morning? I think that's a morning peak. Alright, let's see, two-tone. Oh, it's 45 minutes. Rainy and 73. I think that's a morning peak. Pretty sure that's a morning peak. What up, Deedle? I'm gonna come in here and practice a few things. I've played in this one several times, as you well know. I'm sure you probably played in it too. The crankbaits are pretty effective, but there's always a point that goes slow. And again, a lot of these things, if you get a really slow bite rate, try closing that app and coming back in. I've seen this one actually glitch out before where I have a 0 bite rate, man. So, I'll see if I can join the room. Oh, here's what I like. If you got the regular Zeus, I wouldn't put the spot reel on it. If you like the Kraken, even though you can still max drag it, you can, if you like the Kraken. If not, I like the Empress is my favorite. See, because it's got a 43 retrieve, which is not too fast like the spot reel. The spot reel I use like for heavy jigs or long cast or something like that. But since it's a 59 recovery, I don't like it on the Zeus. I like the Empress or the Kraken. It's kind of up to you. Both of these work well, but I like this one is because it's slow enough for a crankbait, but it's a 44-pound drag. So I like this one actually better for the crankbaits. And you still got a decent size cast on it. So the Kraken will cast a little farther just because it's a 40-pound reel. So you can, fit more line on it as well, but you don't need too much line. I like that one, and then with the Zeus 810. It'll pull in those 60, 70-pound flathead, no problem if you get a unique. And then I just slimy crank. I like this one. This one will work. Most of your cranks will work. This one's really good as well. Just kind of depend on how you're using it. But if you have any of these all work. But be careful. I do use a fluoroleader. Be careful where you cast anywhere there'd be a gar. You do not want to hook into a trophy gar and lose that on a fluoroleader. So keep that keynote. Do that at your own risk. But that's the setups I usually like. And then I'm gonna try to run some. I'm gonna try to run a little bit and just kind of see what a bite rate's like on a float in the event when it slows down. So that's kind of what I'm going to practice before I go into this thing. I put up a good score in it before, but it's all going to depend on your bite rate. So but that's kind of the setup that I usually use. I'm going to start a friends only. I'm pretty sure this is this is not the peak they fish on. I want to say it's one of these peaks that this comp's in, but it's usually raining. Because if I look at that, let me see if it's raining. I want to say it's raining at the start of this thing. I want to say it's in the morning, but I could be wrong. Yeah, it's raining. See, it rains on the start of this thing. But what's weird is like there's a timer that just shuts off on this thing. I've noticed I've gotten hot in this before and then it just goes cold. So I'm going to try to figure out. I know a lot of these guys are cranking for these, but do they switch over and run a float or something afterwards? Because these are your main two spots here and then over here, and then you can spawn. I put this up on my channel before, so I won't do too much tutorial when the thing starts. But basically, in here, you can get them both ways. And then also, a bonus spot I put up on my channel is Is it here? Yeah, here. You can get them at the end of the dock down there too, the flathead, but it's harder to get them. But you can probably get them on a floater crankbait. But you can actually get them on a crankbait back in here as well. Here, dude, I'll send you some marks. No, I come over to these if those other spots are just extremely slow. You probably have this mark, but I'll send it to you anyway. That's the first spot, and then this spot here. I've got a unique out here before, but this spot's hard to fish out of. This is one that you can come over later. It's really shallow, so you can do a crankbait, float, whatever you want to do. And I'm still trying to, like I said, learn my way around these things as well. But there's a good spot there, just off of this dock. Just look for the tree that's hanging over. You'll recognize that tree and just come down the dock. There's bass and stuff as a blocker over in here, but you can get them on crankbaits right in through here, as well as a float. And then the other spot is off the end of that dock, right there. There's uniques over there too. And let me see if I can find the mark. It's a weird cast, as you can see on that. Oh shoot, I sent that to the wrong guy. Crayfish works too, of course. But I'm pretty sure I have to look and see. I want to. You can use. Let me double check. I put those up on my channel. If you ever want to review that, Deedle, that's why I put those up there. If you look at the catfish trial, I put it up on there somewhere. You just have to wade through it on the live feeds. They're all on the live. I did all of them live. Tackle types. Yeah, you can use any tackle. So you can use floats, whatever you want. This has to be a keep net. Yep. So I'm going to try to find the peak here and see if I can... I want to say it's... I'm not going to look for the rainy day one, but I'm just going to try to find that same peak, because I know it's really slow to start sometimes. It just all depends. I know it's not this peak. I want to say it's the double camel. Should be this peak right here, but it'll be raining. But I'm going to go ahead and start it there. And I normally just kind of stand right here. Here, let me... This might help you, Deedle. It's marked gar, but it's the same thing. This is just a good stand mark for comps. Right there. If you need it. And I just kind of just cast at that tree. But again, be careful if you're using furrow leaders. Just because you hook into a gar, they like the cranks too, man. I've lost 100 bait coins in this lake. I lost two of my 6'30" glow crank here before, so I'm always extremely careful with my X series stuff. Hey guys, I'm gonna be doing comps off and on all day, but I'm gonna be practicing in between. So I got a friends only started for anybody that's playing in the catfish thing. If you wanted to come in and practice, you can. I guess we could have set up a template. Just getting warmed up for comps, guys. I'm gonna practice in between. I played in the catfish trials quite often. Did pretty good with the crankbait. But there's always a dead spot here and there, so I'm gonna play around with some a float. I should have brought a bottom rod too, but I'm gonna play around with the float too just to see. In other words, if the crankbaits go cold, do you put a float on and see if that helps you any? Heck, I don't know. And again, all these things that you play in, you just gotta hope for a good bite rate. There's a nice one. That one about jumped out of the water. There you go, Deedle. Get that on a crank. You'll notice too in some of these things, you get super RNG. I was in the very first time I played in this one. I was in first place for a long time, and then I just went really cold. But man, I had a really good bite rate. I had 3 or 4 uniques, which was crazy. Attaboy. Yeah, you find that zone, man, and sometimes, like I said, you playing enough of these, you'll see that it's like your bite rate just comes on and it's really hot and then shuts off. But you just kind of look for one of those. Hopefully, you get that lucky card where you get a steady bite rate through and through the whole comp, and that's kind of what you're looking for. But that, part of that where the skill's going to come in is knowing when to rotate and not. I give you a couple marks, but like I said, I'm still trying to figure the good rotation down as well. But I know the most of your fish you're going to get on both sides of these trees. And then from there, if it gets cold, that's why I'm going to try to either switch and go to a float or a bottom rod. But I think a float would probably make the most sense. But I tried it once in the past, and for whatever reason, and you will miss on bass every now and then, and pickerel. I've noticed in the past that the channel cat, as soon as I tried using a float or a bottom rod, it's like the channel cat would just tear me up. So I'm gonna try maybe some cut bait or something. I think I was using lever that time I was trying. So I'm gonna try some cut bait. Just see if I have any luck. I should have brought some crawfish too. And it's a weird peak too. It's going to be raining in the morning, kind of out of peak, and then you'll have if it's the same peak I'm thinking of, I'm pretty sure I know what the peak is. Looks like Dito got him something nice again. Oh yeah, he's got him a nice flathead, looks like. There you go. What's funny is it showed it on the screen what you had before you even reeled it in. There you go. See, that'll be nice points in the comp. And the cool part is over here, Deedle, if you go on a good run, you can actually get like 3 uniques on one side, 2 on the other. You can get up to 5 or 6. It's crazy. And a bunch of trophies. It's just going to depend randomly on your luck, but I'm going to mess around with a float rod just to see. And again, you can't use rod stands or anything, so it's only going to be... so I'm actually going to play around with an assortment of hooks and stuff and see. I mean, you still want the big ones, but you kind of want to try to keep a steady bite going. You know, the uniques and stuff are going to pay more by pound because it's like a point system as well. But I want to say I got 6,000 or 7,000 once in this, but that was a really good run too, so I never know what to expect. As you notice there, I did quick set that as well. Trophy Flathead did bite a 3-0, so. Hey guys, tune in. I'm just sitting here. Me and a buddy's practicing. We're gonna be doing comp grinds all day, a lot of us. So I'm just messing around, trying with some different hook sizes. I'll probably be running a crankbait most of the time, but I want to have kind of a something to alternate to. So I'm gonna mess around with the float rod, different depths and hook sizes and stuff, just to see if things get slow with my crankbait, because that's almost always what happens to me. My crankbait will get slow, and then everybody passes me. So I'm gonna see if maybe playing around with the crank. Around with a float rod if I can move around and get something. But I tried it once in the past. I kept getting channel cat, and they don't score very well. See, this is probably a channel. That's normally what'll happen. These don't score very well either, but it is a fish. I'm gonna try to go. See if I go shallow. See if I go shallow, maybe. You think I would just pick up more channel the shallower I go, but who knows. Again, I don't think minnows would be a good option just because there's bass all along these reeds. So again, I'm just practicing live, getting ready for these comps. So. A small blue cat. So they will bite at 30 inches. That's decent points, but pound-wise it's not very big. But I just want to see. I'm going to play around with a couple different hooks. I did get a 44 pounder off of a 3-0, a flathead, so I just want to kind of see how this plays out. There's a nice one. Getting a bunch of blue cats. There you go, Dito. That's a good score. I'm going to see if I stay at 30 inches over at this spot, what happens. And again, if you guys tuning in, I'm just practicing in between comps, and I'm just keeping the stream up and going. So I'm doing the catfish trials, and then the next 2 or 3 that are after that. Going to try to do a long stream, but I'm just going to practice in between, trying some different stuff. If it helps out somebody later on, you can look back at it and kind of see what I tried. I can catch them on a crankbait in the catfish trials a lot, but it always goes slow for me, so I'm trying to experiment. Maybe I should do a mix of both, whether I'm doing a little bit of floating in between. I was able to get a trophy off to the right over there on a 3-0, but I want to see what happens in this spot, if it's a channel cat or a... it's probably going to be a channel. So ideally, you want to get the blue cats and the flathead, because they're going to pay a lot more. That's usually what happens to me. Like I said, it's a trophy, but yet it's going to not going to be good on your score wise. So I'm going to try a different hook here. I'm going to keep the same depth and just see if the see if it changes anything. My guess is probably not. That's usually what happens when I try to use the bait. It's almost like you can't get rid of the channel from biting it. Again, and you guys tuning in, I'm just practicing various things, various techniques for the catfish trial. I love fishing with the crankbait, but there's always that little slow period, so you kind of got to hope for good RNG. But I'm just kind of wanting to test a few things out. And I'm going to bring a float rod and spinning rod with me. So far, I've got 2 blue caps, smaller ones, and then a trophy flathead off a cut bait. But I've got 3 trophy channel too, and I would kind of avoid trying to get the channel just because they're kind of a waste of time. They will give you points, but not enough. And I only got that 30 inches deep right now. I just want to see something. I want to say that spot right there is about 8-9 foot deep, where that marker is. There's a little deep spot out there, and that's where the cats are. I was just curious to see if depth wise, because the spot to the right I got a trophy on 30 inches, but I wanted to see if I have to go deeper out here or not. I did get a channel, just for experience later. I'm going to try to go a little deeper here, try 72 inches. Get it closer to the bottom, maybe you can weed out some of the channel. That'd be 6 foot. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Just practicing right now. Getting ready for that catfish thing. I hope you guys are, whoever's on my friends list is going to participate. Pretty sure John's going to play, and I'm in a friends only, so if anybody's wanting to come in and practice for it. See, and this is kind of normally how it'll go too. I've noticed whenever I try using a float in this thing. You either catch channel cat, which you don't want, or it's even slower than a crankbait. So I'm trying to find a way to fill the void when it goes slow in those things. And any of you guys that are participating in that, make sure you close your app before you go into it. And as well as if you're getting a really horrible bite rate, I'd definitely close your app and reopen and see if you can try to reset it. I'm going to be stuck on live stream, but I will leave the lake and stuff before I start the comp. And I want to say that thing starts here in about 33 minutes, so I don't seem to be liking the liking this. But I'm going to try another spot that I know that I showed you guys, I think on my little tutorial thing I put together for this. There's 2 spots over here. One over there you guys all know about, and then this spot over here. So I'm going to go shallow over here, and I'm just going to try it with a float just to see what I can stir up. Because if you can pick up a random trophy or a uni here and there, when that main spot goes slow, it'll definitely help out. But there's a lot of bass over here, so I'm going to try to use a, I'll start with this 4-0 and see if I get a bite. I might even go down to a 3-0 just for a steady bite. I just caught a 44 pounder earlier off of a 3-0, so again, that's even two. Okay, so that's really shallow. That's only like 2 foot over there. So I'm going to have to shallow this up and see if I can get a bite. Again, I use this in the catfish tournament that I made it to the finals on that as well. But this is just one of those spots. But there's actually uniques back in here on occasion. All through there, but there's a ton of bass if you guys come over here with crankbaits, or if you try a float, I wouldn't suggest using a minnow or anything that a bass would bite. Again, you guys got to kind of figure out how to isolate things when you're playing in these the best that you can. There you go, Deedle. Deedle's getting them trophies. John's joining, getting warmed up. And good luck today too, John. I hope you do good, buddy. You know what's weird is did you guys see that? That thing jumped up on that now. Not massive, but it is a scoring fish. That was funny. He jumped right up on that. Welcome to the stream, guys. Just practicing some different little methods and theories I wanted to try here. I'm going to start hard and heavy with my crankbaits. If it goes slow again, I might switch to a float. So I'm trying to experiment with a few things that help some of you guys out. Oh, look at these guys. What? Did he leave? He missed that entirely. That is funny. He wanted it, though. I don't know if I can take it anymore. If you guys see my little clip that I put up, I just had a flying catfish. Yesterday I had a flying drunk tarpon that missed my buzz bait. Came up out of the water like he was stoned or drunk, and then flew across the map in the air like he had wings or something. I don't know what happened. But normally that's kind of how my luck goes, but I'm going to try to just have fun today. I did get my unique in the trout thing this morning, so there at St. Croix. Drunk flatheads now, yeah. I don't know if you've seen that, Deedle. He jumped up and missed it, but yeah, this is a good little spot to rotate, dude. Don't bank your whole comp on it. I'm just looking for a filler whenever I get those lulls in this thing. Because I put together a good run before with a crankbait, and then it just goes dead on me, and there's not nothing a guy can do. So, flying labio 2 days ago. Yeah, I did have a flying labio. Thanks for reminding me, John. I put that, or Josh, I put that up on there. Yeah, that one. I thought for sure that one was going to get off too, as I watched it fly over my head. That was a unique red nose too. That was a good score. I'm going to try something too, guys. Oh, there was one. He was falling. It seemed to swim off. I pulled that out too quick. What the? Oh. The odd part is I just caught a 44 pounder just on a 3-0. So maybe it's these weird things you do in this game. So I want to see if I can still get a bite over here with that. But this spot can be really, really active. As you see, they were jumping out of the water. And if I wouldn't have pulled that out, I would have had another fish right there. But I did get one unique out of here in the catfish, the one I qualified in to make it to the semifinals. Quanchkin was good to me this year. It's where I qualified in the... look at him. Look at him. Look at him. There he is, too. I quick set that boy. 3-0, ain't nothing wrong with it. Get you points. But in the, yeah, three kids later, John, I learned that out. 3 kids later. As you can see, I did just get a trophy off of a 3-0. But yeah, anyway, the Quanchkin was really good to me. I qualified for the bass tournament here and the catfish tournament to ultimately make it up into the the finals. So, for whatever reason, Quantikin's been pretty good to me this year. Now, if I can ever learn that spotted bass tournament, I'm gonna have to practice on that little comp they put on up on this channel, or up on the on this game. I got some work to do on that one. I'm good at the largemouth though. Alright, I think this will be something worth to rotate to, whether you're using a crankbait or not. This might be a spot I just come over and hit with a float, because the crankbait, short of going to a really shallow crankbait over here, and you're going to pick up so many bass on the crankbait, I noticed. But I think you could use a stinky bait over here, you know, liver, cut bait, that sort of thing. I just would not put minnows over here, because there's a lot of bass in this area too. All through there, spotted. Now I'm going to come over here and see what happens. I got this shallow I want to see. There's a great flathead spot right over here that you can rotate to. And it's just a tiny little hole. I'm sure you guys have played this map before, so you kind of know about it. I've got him a couple times with a crankbait over here in this comp, but it's really difficult to get him. Because you almost have to stand like back here at this angle and then cast with a crankbait in there, but it's just a really short cast, so I'm going to try to, I think I got this at 24. Let me take this down. I'm going to try 48 feet. That'd be 4 foot. Again, there's, if anybody needed this mark, you can tell by this, there's just a nice deep hole here, so that's a good spot. Let's see, yeah, that was even raining too, as you can see on that by that mark. I think the channel cat's over here as well, so that's what you'll miss on. But I'm going to try a little cast over here just to kind of see how active it is. I don't think I've ever caught a blue over here though, but they might still be here. Yeah, I love chicken liver, bro. The thing is, I haven't found a way to isolate the channel cat out, and I don't even know if it's possible, but I know that the channel cat love the chicken liver as well, so I've kind of been headed towards like dead Lambari or huge cut bait, if I'm pronouncing that Lambari right. Hold on, John. Let me look. I don't know how many markers I got left, bud. Yeah, I'm getting close to capping out on my markers. Where's that at? Buzzbait. I got a lot of marks to accept too. People's been sending me marks. Was that over at the first spot, John? Because I just cleaned a bunch of marks up the other day. Hold on, John. I'll look at it later, buddy. I appreciate it. I gotta see if I'm gonna try to figure out my depth over here with the float. Just see if I can get a flathead out of here or not. And I can kind of keep notes. I know the spot over there I can only go 20 inches or so where the catfish was flying up out of the bobber. So just a spot to rotate to. I'm gonna try to do a mix today unless my crankbait's on fire. I'm on live stream, John. I don't think it'll let me go into it. If it's something you can send me on Facebook on my phone. This might get a little slow for a little bit, guys. I'm just testing out stuff. And again, you guys can fast forward through any of these streams that I put up. And that's kind of what I'm putting up as well. You guys can fast forward anything that might catch your interest. In other words, you know, there's strength in numbers. So when you guys figure things out, and if you share some of it, like I said, you don't have to share all your knowledge. But if you find out something, whether you're rotating in one of these comps or something, to help each other out. And that's kind of all those team guys are doing. They all kind of share marks. They share the knowledge. And that's the main reason a lot of those guys are always winning the X Series gear over and over. So I'm hoping if we get the right group of people together that share knowledge, and then just kind of let the RNG fall in place, then hopefully everybody will start getting the gear that they want. And the great news is with the new comps coming up, with a new map, and once they release the fishing, the ocean fishing. Yeah, if you look, Fork, if you look through my channel, I'll show you. Look through my catfish trial thing. You have to go to live. I'm not very organized right now, but if you go through my catfish trial, I was in first for a while, and that I was dominating with the crankbait. So I'll start out with the crankbait, but I give a tutorial the whole time how to retrieve and everything on that. And I had a pretty good score going, but I just went dead on me. But if you look on the live on my catfish trial. I got a really good strategy for it, and that's what most of them are doing is running the cranks. Again, I should be able to see. I can quick set that as well. See, that was on a 3.0 too. That's what's insane. Hold on a second. Was that 72 inches? Or yeah, that was 70 inches. Oh, hold on. I'm going to put that on there so I remember. So I got see what I'm doing there, guys? So I got that to bite on the 70 inches on the comp. So I know I can get a flathead there at 70 inches. Over here, I know I can get it at, what did I put that at? 20 inches over here. That's something else. Hold on a second, John. I'll catch up with you, buddy. If you're waiting for me to... Yeah, the OG guys, the GTF guys... they all kind of got it dialed in, so. But you know, like I said, some people get mad at them because they're always winning the same things. But that's kind of more on Fishing Planet than anything. You know, if they're not randomizing things. But at the same degree, you can't get too mad at the people that's practiced and put in that hard work. So I try not to get too mad at them if it's the same people winning. But I think Fishing Planet needs to either change where the top 7 or so pay. If the top 7 paid X Series gear, then at least you feel like you got a chance. But well, you know. Let me look at something. You guys that played along last night in the, what was that we played in together? And I put up my best score ever, and I've only played it, I think, 5 or 6 times. Josh put up his best score. Was it the Bloody Threat? What was that we all played in? But that score was ridiculous. I want to say they were in the 600s. Where is that? All right, no way. Josh knows what I'm talking about. I can't even find it now. Where's the Bloody Threat? Am I blind? Oh, there it is. Okay, look at this. I had a little bit of a slow peak, but I mean a slow spot. I started out on fire, you guys. Remember, I was in the lead for the longest time. So this is what's going to happen to your casual players. Look at the score, and Jur, we know that's probably his best score is 565. He's on my friends list. Great player. Pros is a stud that we know. It does get sickening, but the thing is, these GTF people are all sharing information, showing marks. They putting in all their hard work, so you can't really get too mad at them. It's just them, you know, they're grinding it out. But for a casual player, Fishing Planet, in my opinion, needs to have the cutoff around that 7 or 8 range. That way, us guys can feel like we can have a chance. You know, if anything, just pay the bait coins and the gear here. Once you get down into this spot, then don't give us bait coins or something, but at least let us have a chance to get the gear at the top 7 or 8, or even the top 10. I think most people would agree with that, because, geez. But as far as the experience, most of these comps are pretty fun. There's some of them I think that are stinkers. I'll put up my ratings once I finish the series and just kind of tell you the ones that I like the most, and then you guys can kind of go from there. But yeah, I think that would be John. I'm sorry. Yeah, top 5. Yeah, top 5 wouldn't even be bad for it. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't feel like when you have the top 3, but at the same degree, you can't punish the guys that's been playing hard. So yeah, I would agree. Yeah, top 5 at least, I would say too. Oh yeah, John, I know about that spot. I've caught him before over here on accident with the golden when I was going for snakehead. I was going for snakehead over here and got him on the golden tune and the jelly crayfish. But yeah, let me try. How deep is that, John? Let me try it. Hold on, look at this. What do I even got over here? I think I got spotted. Oh yeah, see our. Yeah, well that's your mark, John. Hold on. Let me try. Let me see if I can get one on 60 inches. That'd be 5 feet deep. I'm gonna stay with the 3-0 just for a steady bite and to see if we can pick up something. But yeah, anyway, I hate to sit and rant at, fishing play. They try to do the. Oh, the bobber's sitting on the side. See if that sinks. All right, that's too deep. But yeah, I think if they would just that or have a pro level, because you can't punish the guys that put the work in, but you can't punish the casual players that, put in a lot of hard days work and then they come, like I said, I've said this before, but you put a hard day's work in or you come in on the weekend after busting your butt at work all week and you come in and you go into these comps and you just get smacked around like you're a noob. That sucks. But again, it's just kind of a conundrum. What do they do? I think they either need to break it up or open up the payment in regards to pay the top 7, maybe. Depending on how many people enter. And if it's 20 people, don't pay the top 7. But if there's 70 people, and at least pay the top 7, because the odds are the same people have been playing the same comps since they started playing the game. What is that, a channel cat? 6'6" deep. All right. I just had a big bite. I don't know what that was. It missed it, though. It looked like a blue cat, too. I don't think that was a channel. I think that is a channel. Unless a bowfin hits this. That's a channel. That's what I was worried about over here. You said 6'6", huh? I might not be getting out of there far enough. Let me try, 60 inches would be 5 feet. Oh, awesome, Volksy. Yeah, you'll like the game. At some point, people's been asking me to do a little leveling guide for the new people. It's going to take me a little bit of time because I work 7 days a week this time of year. Sometimes I work 35 hours a week or sometimes I work 60. It just depends on what happens. But I'm going to try to put a little guide together for some people that are beginners. But you also notice a lot of people that come in and out of the chat. Don't hesitate to ask a question there because sometimes people can answer questions for you. Because I got a lot. I'm a great player, but I lean a lot on my friends too, and that's what I like about the community. If I don't know how to catch something or do something, I usually have somebody on my friends list that can help as well. So, but I'm gonna try to put a little, just kind of a little guide together for some of the lower level people to help them out as well. Because a lot of my stuff is more for the advanced players that are in this comp series. But yeah, that's definitely sitting on the side. I don't know, John. This will be another spot I might revisit later. Do you have a marker for the Unis block? No, minnow. I do not at the. Are you messing with me, Josh? I do have a marker for the one at St. Croix. I think you're messing with me, Josh, because I don't even think they're in this lake, are they? I do have one for a trophy warmouth, but I think I arrested it the other day. I've got all my. If you see, all my fish species are caught. I've caught every fish in the game. And a spoiler, I hate to tell this to you guys. The checklist, I thought for sure. I went through and grinded this winter when I had to time off work because I work on salary. But anyway, I had a bunch of time on my hands. Went through, grinded all this out. Thought there was going to be a banner that lowers across the screen. You win 100 X Series something or another, or bait coins. Nothing. I caught every fish at every lake and did not get nothing for it. There is no blunt-nosed minnow here, Josh. I know there's one at St. Croix. But yeah, I would definitely hope they change something. And who knows, they're working on that. And you guys that looked at the I think D's Universe put it up, Bubbles Way, Dave and everybody put up a little thing, but they're talking about Fishing Planet's talking about doing something different. So I don't know if they're looking at the Troy, so people that are using the Troy maybe, and I'd heard a rumor that there's people using that in the meaty fellas, which will be atrocious. It's one thing everybody uses the Troy and the shark things, but a lot of people know how to do the Troy. But it's another thing if they're fishing shallow spots in the meaty fellows and putting up 12, 15, 20,000 points in meaty fellows using a Troy on the comba and stuff and just ripping them out like minnows. That's crap. So I hope that's what they're talking about. They were really vague in their description on what they're working on, people that are cheating in comps or exploiting, so to speak. So maybe they're going to patch the Troy. I don't know. And again, that's just a rumor that I'd heard that people are Troying out of the on the meaty fellas. Yeah, I know. I thought for sure, dude. Fork bro, I thought for sure that they were going to give us something for the total catch once you check everything off. So, but not to play spoilers. I think it's a good thing to do. That way you get extra marks and you just kind of one of those bucket list things. But yeah, I hate to play spoiler. I did not get one reward for catching every fish in the game. Didn't get one reward for it. I thought for sure they'd give you something. So basically, it's just a bucket list thing, I guess. After this cast, too, I need to make sure that I'm registered. Any of my friends that know that play with me, I'm good at practicing for a comp and then forgetting to register for it. So I need to make sure I registered for this thing since I pull this in. Uh, this one is not fun, but that one's not all that exciting. But there is a crankbait there, so guy has to keep trying, right? Extra crankbait if you need it. I forgot what the rewards were on this one. Oh, hell yeah. The larva. The larva would be one a guy would want to win. Yeah, I do too, Fork. If you look back through my channel, one of my popular videos, I actually like going around with a deep runner fishing for the shark. So I would agree it's cheap, especially if you're just kind of exploiting it to, you know, whatever. But in the comps, unfortunately, that's why I put it up on my channel too, is if you don't know how to use the Troy, you're not going to do good in Bully Me Shark, and you're definitely not going to do good in Big Brother. Have you tried the Nile Chaser? I haven't tried it on the Nile Chaser. I put up a good score in this first, Berg. I'm still learning. Does it, Berg, you're good at this game too. Have you ever, I just never, what happens is I get off to a quick start most of the time, unless my game's glitched out and I just got like a 0 bite rate. I might get a unique or two or several trophy, and then it slows down. I don't know what to do in that slowdown period. So, does a guy, that's why I was practicing a second ago while I was warming up. I'm thinking about when it gets dead is either stay over here and go with a float on cut bait, because I caught a couple trophies on cut bait and a float, and then I got another spot off the docks and stuff, so I might try that if I go slow, but I'm going to start with my crankbait and go from there. But again, Bergie, you know how it goes with RNG, bro. But you like the X Series better than the Star Spangled? Oh, Ian's in here too. I think that's Ian Catadian. He's a slayer too. Yeah, it happens to you too, Berg. Go slow. That's what happens to me. I'll come up, sometimes I'll come over. One time I came in here, I swear, like 3 casts, I got 3 unis. 2 unis here, a uni here, switched over there, got a couple trophies, even got the blue out of here. Had a massive score to start, and then I just went dead. I mean, dead as a doornail. So I don't know if that's the game telling me, hey, let's switch over and go to bait, or I need to rotate over to the dock or something, but that's usually what happens to me. Hold on, but let me see, Bergie. I want to see what you said there, team. Yeah, same problem. Then you just switched over. That might be it too. It might be just switch your crank. Something simple. Have you tried? I have good luck with the glow crank here too on this. I don't know if you try that 30-foot 6.0. It's a little bit of a weird retrieve. I just stick it to the bottom and I like the reel and float, unless they're not hitting it, and sometimes I'll go to... I'll do the 30-foot crank and it's reel and then let it float up. Kind of like I did there with that, the Star Spangled, but... And that could be it too, if you're relying too much just on the stars and stripes or whatever you got. Maybe just rotate. Just got the uni on a Star Spangled. Good job, John. No, the stars and stripes definitely the go-to for most people that have it. Yeah, let me look and see. I almost always carry it with me. I've lost it here a couple times, but this one you can actually, let me see if I can usually work it from both spots. I think I put that up on my channel. This is how I used to farm here. I didn't even have the Star Spangled then. I just farmed with the glow crank. And I think I got the slimy crank at one time. The slimy crank 12'6" works too, Bergie. It's not as good as the Star Spangled or the glow, but it does work. Let's see, even though it's a 30-footer, it's just something to switch to. I've seen both of them get hot. And then if you don't like the sky twitch or whatever, or the reel and float, I just usually have better luck if I reel and then let it. Sometimes they just hit it on the rise. Just depends on your bite rate too, but yeah, the 30-footer usually works too. But yeah, I don't. You guys know as well as I do. Sometimes if they just program you a really good bite rate, it's almost like you're sitting at a poker table and the dealer deals you out pocket aces, or they deal you 2-7 offsuit. That's kind of how I feel sometimes in these comps. Whatever the computer's going to give you, you can only do so much to adjust. But when that timer shuts off, that's what I can't figure out. No, man. I talked to. I'm in a group with Dave and them, and I'd asked Super Dave and them, and I'd asked. I think the guy's name's Shockwave. He gets a lot of information off of Steam. And Shock was saying they have. He's just guessing. He thinks it'll be a couple months, but that was just him guessing. So I don't know how to answer that. My assumption would be you'd think they would release it in summer, but I don't know. Oh yeah, is it time to? Oh yeah, hold on, guys. We're getting ready to start this anyway. I'm just gonna bounce out the lake. I can't turn off my. Hopefully, I don't get a bad bite rate. I can't close my app. If I close my app, it ends the stream, so I'm trying to keep the stream up and going. I'm just going to leave the lake. I want to leave the lake here for a second and double check my gear and make sure I got bait and stuff. But yeah, I'm going to try to bring a float, guys. I'm not saying that's what you guys should do, but I know any of you guys that are slayers with the crankbaits, Cathadian and Bergie, and all you guys, Josh, and all you guys that are John. I don't know, but I know these guys can put up consistent scores. I've seen them do it. Yeah, Bergie, if you got your go-tos, bro, just stick with them. I think sometimes if you just have faith in what you got, but I do know, I promise, man, this one's a good one. That even if you don't want to do it in the comp, you don't have to, but play around with this glow crank, this one if you have it. I've did okay with it, man. Just in those little bit of lulls, but like I said, the Star Spangled definitely is the one I'll probably start with. That's definitely the one I think's the most consistent. And occasionally, I got this set up on my other Zeus. The slimy crank will work as well. And also, I've noticed I've caught uniques off the what is that 6'4"? Where is that one? Or yeah, this one. Same thing. You can still work it on the bottom. You can still work this one on the bottom. And the 4.0 hook, if any of you guys that played in that Quanskin thing, that qualifier 3, that's the one I qualified in. That 4.0 is a good range. Because you can still, it's still 12 foot, it's just a little bit smaller of a hook. Oh, you don't have the slimy, bro. I picked that up in the, I don't remember how I picked that up. I think I got it out of, that's a Halloween thing, isn't it? I thought I had I wish we could gift, because I thought I could have swore I had several of those. No, but I got a lot of stuff. Yeah, I did have. I wish I could gift these. I'd gift you one, Berg. I'm sorry, Fork. What? Hold on a second. Let me reload my. I don't think so, bro. I don't think it was a holiday pack. It might have been. I might have bought some candy or something, but I could have swore I just picked up a bunch of those randomly in a pumpkin, bro. Hold on a second. What Fork say? Yeah, you're seeing my cash right there. Yeah, I got a fortune, guys. I'm a grinder. Funny story is, yes, Fork, I got $221 million. No, in my defense, yeah, I got 221. Dude, I'm a grinder, bro. I get on the big fish. Yeah, yeah. I got some sick rotations. At the Amazon, I rotated the hell out of the Arapaima and the Triera. And then the Shark, I actually leveled up there before I even get to Congo. So when I went to the Congo, when it opened up, I went ahead and bought the pack. I didn't even need it. I was already level 80. But so when I got there, I already had the big net and was cranking. But I had a sick rotation doing the perch and the tigerfish there, and I just grinded it. But what I thought was that you could buy the lake. I didn't realize, yeah. But well, I thought, no, I can't even. I made so much money, it was disgusting. At one time, I could make almost. It sounds unbelievable. I could make almost $2 million in an hour and a half. I had such a sick rotation, but nonetheless, I grinded thinking that I could just buy the lakes, but I didn't realize it was for bait coins. So I put up all that money and was just going to go through and buy all the lakes, so I didn't have to mess with it. But of course, they were bait coins. But that's the that's the only reason I grinded. But yeah, I did. I made so much money. It's crazy. So for me, the game's kind of broke because I have so much money now. I'm not even bragging, but for me, it's broke. So that's why I kind of started entering the comps and then having fun. But yeah, how much time do we got here before this starts? Oh, what's up, boys? All right, I'm gonna actually load into a different lake. I don't even care if I waste some money. I'm gonna load into a different lake just for a second, just to see if it resets my game for me. I wish you guys the best of luck. I will be here along fishing with you. I hope you guys are up on the scoreboard. No guarantees for me. I could probably do as little as 2,000 points, as many as 7,000. I have no idea. Yeah, good luck, Dito. Good luck, all. Good luck, John, Bergie, Ian, Josh. I'm hoping this will be as good as a reset because I can't close the app. So I'm hoping if I load it into another lake that I get a good bite rate. And I'm pretty certain this is going to be a rainy peak if I looked right. So let's go in here and see what we can do, boys. Thanks, Berg. I'm going to need it, buddy. Please do not dead lake me. Alrighty. And we're off. Start your engines. Reel to reel. Damn. Alex got a trophy first cast, looks like. Here comes Beavers. Good luck, Beavers. Trevo's up there. Come on, Trevo. Nothing? Bass. It's not going to be one of those rounds. Alex is getting a nice bite rate. Get him, Alex. Pretty sure that's Alex Gamer. Alright, boys. Don't put all the pressure on me. And I want you guys to get up there at least. Me too, Josh. I just hope one of you guys are up there. Can't put all the pressure on me now. I haven't even got a bite yet. Beaver's pulled in a channel cat. I pulled in a bass. How could they not want the Star Spangled? There's one. Slimy Crank to the rescue. Get me on the board, please. I'll take a common at this point. Or a small trophy. That'll work too. Felty's in this. He's a good player too. Come on, hit it. Hit it. Come on. Definitely not the fastest bite rate a guy could hope for. Did you get a uni, John? Good, buddy. I'm working the hell out of my crankbaits and come on, bite rate. Pick up bite rate. Good, John. Keep casting. You gotta keep a pace with these guys. You can go streaky in this too. As you can see, mine's pretty slow. I'm right in that zone too. They should be smashing this thing. Look at that control. Come on. It makes it wonder if you get slow, do you maybe start with a float and some cut bait or something? I know I've played in this 6 or 7 times now, and it just gets too streaky with a crankbait. If you notice, the only catfish I caught's off of the slimy crank. I'll go to the X series next, but let's see. They're right in that zone. I don't. Come on now. Turn our bite rate on. Nothing. I'm gonna try to downsize hooks, maybe. Who knows? Go with the 4-0. Probably get a bass. Feels like the round I'm gonna have. As you can see, I'm working the heck out of these crankbaits, and I've caught one. Sometimes you just can't. I'm sure you guys have the same thing happen to you. You come in here and you're on fire, and then the next time you come in. See, a lot of times they'll hit it right on the float. As soon as you stick it to the bottom and then let it come up, they'll hit it. So A, is the comp telling you need to switch to bait? Or you're supposed to switch? I don't know. Alright. This is for everybody's learning experience too, so feel free to laugh at me. I'm just going to try something because I know all you guys have experienced this. Your crankbaits are dead. I'm just going to see. It's pretty shallow over here, so I'm going to go 40 inches. But I was getting trophies just warming up earlier off of 3-0. I just want to see if it's active. See if anything changes if you go immediately to bait. And if so, will it be a channel cat? Almost every time I've tried using a float in this thing, that's all I catch is channel cat. It looks like a slow round though, because what are we, 12 minutes in and oh there I was going to say, 12 minutes in there's only 2,000 points up on the board. Bally's up there. Bally, you're getting no good bite rate. Keep going, Bally. I'm not jinxing you either, buddy. Keep casting. I'd like to see you win this. See, it's just dead. I mean, a 3-0 hook. Alright, so apparently you guys have watched this. I've casted really good with my crank. Not much I can do now. I'm just going to do this for your guys' sake. I'm going to go up to that spawn point I think everybody knows about. I practiced it earlier. I'm going to go up here and just see. Put this on 20 inches because I was getting trophies up here when I was practicing earlier. Let's just see if... Is the whole lake dead or just that spot when you start in this? I think there'll be a pattern to the computer. You would think. I had him jumping out of the water over here last time I came over here just right in practice, so let's see. See if the spot's dead. And it's almost just like you'll have a dead spell and then all of a sudden they start biting. So is it the whole lake or just that spot? And John, if you go dead too, don't hesitate to make some moves. But if you got a good bite rate, stick in that spot, buddy. See guys, if you guys watched any of this practice earlier or watched this live stream back, I was over here and the catfish were actually just jumping up at the bobber. They were so hungry. Nothing. A catfish comp, you should have some action. I think the lake just shuts off sometimes, guys. I know you guys are watching this. If gonna feel your pain, you got a good run going and nothing, or you start like this. I'm gonna go try the end of the dock now, guys. As I talked about in the warm-up. Go out here and set this at, I think I set it at 70 inches. I got a trophy pretty much quick. So that's basically the main 3 spots that everybody fish. Minus the spot where the bowfin and the spotted is. Anybody tuning in, welcome to the stream. We're just sitting there in this catfish trial, trying stuff out live here. I started out, I casted probably 10, 15 times with 3 different crankbaits. Only got a bite on a slimy crank. Tried X Series 4.0, the glow crank, Star Spangled, of course. Basically was striking out, so now I'm just testing with a bobber for everybody's sake. If you guys playing this, but you can see what's happening. This is my second spot now. And I just tested this, and as you can see, you would think I would even get a channel cat at this point. I'm completely dead. And it's not just one spot. Come on, is it going to turn on? My guess is if it turns on here, you catch one, then maybe immediately go back over and your whole lake's turned on. I can never figure these things out. I mean, but there's nothing. I mean, it wouldn't make any sense to go a smaller hook than that. I can get a 3.0 on I was getting trophies on a 3.0, so I wouldn't want to go smaller. Definitely don't want to go bigger with a slow bite rate. Yeah, I think my timer's just off. I literally think that sometimes in this game. There we go. It's probably going to be a channel. Almost guessed it. I'm going to throw back one more time just to see if a flathead cycles in right behind it. Again, this is just experimenting on the fly, guys. Obviously, my round started out so slow, so I knew I wasn't going to be a contender. This is a learning experience for everybody. I don't know why you'd want to do a spinning rod and a bottom rod. It would make more sense a spinning rod and a float rod. I've thought the same thing playing in the gar. If you would rotate pop for the gar, if it gets slow and then switch to a float instead of just doing one or the other. But yeah, I mean, look how. Come on now. Nothing. Yeah, I'm just almost like I'm timed out. Is anybody else having good luck? Because my leg's dead. There we go, there we go. Had a nibble. Is it coming? Come on, I'll quick set your ass. Had a nibble. That was it. Come on. No. I think I'm... Yeah, my timer's just off, boys. I think that's all it is in some of these comps. They just turn a timer on and off. I'm not complaining. We all experience it. Back to the crank. My guess is even if you were hot in a crank, you'd probably be just as hot. It's almost like, I don't know if you guys have the... Yours is dead as well? Yeah, like I said, I think sometimes I come across wrong, like I'm just complaining. I'm not just complaining for myself, I'm complaining for everybody else. I think in general, if they were to look at these comps, I think you should give, as long as you know... Now, if I'm throwing out a Captain 14-0 with spawn sack or something going for catfish, obviously your leg's going to be dead. But if you're in the parameters of that 4 to 8-0 range, everybody should kind of get the same bite rate, and then maybe just make sure that that way it's at least more fun. Because these things I've noticed will almost give you a complex if you let it. Because you're like, I know I could fish better than this, but if your timer's off, your timer's just off. Again, that's not me just complaining. I know everybody else experiences the same thing. In other words, give everybody an equal bite rate as long as they're not doing something stupid, and then let the RNG fall in place from their fishing planet. Here, let me try something. I'm going to try just a straight retrieve. Maybe they're being picky. But yeah, I want to say this is one of the worst runs I've ever had in this. You guys can look back at my catfish trials that I posted up on here. Exact opposite. I started out on fire and then went dead. I mean, I started out on fire. Literally every cast I was catching something. Where's the stop and go? No, I'll just do a straight. Nothing. I'm going to try a complete straight over here. Golden Beavers. Come on, give us a bite rate. Give us something. That was a bass. Yeah, so I don't know what you guys think about that. I know you guys probably experiencing the same thing, some of you right now. I think most of you would probably agree if everybody's bite rate was similar and you just let the RNG fall in place, it would feel more enjoyable at least. Yeah, it's just dead for me. Nothing a guy can do here. I can't remember how high the scores get. It looks like it's a pretty slow pace. I wanted to say these things get up 8, 9,000. Nobody's talking either. I can tell you guys are focused. Is that going to be a nice bass? Of course it is. Beautiful. Alright, boys. Let me try... this is something completely stupid, but as you can see, when a guy's going for broke here, I'm going to try something really dumb. Or maybe not so dumb, but let's just see. When the crankbaits aren't working, are you supposed to do something silly? I was catching that, you know that golden spinner tune or whatever that thing is you guys get from the St. Patty's Day? What is up with my thing's even lagging? There we go. The golden tune, I've caught unique flathead with the golden tune and the Irish crayfish, believe it or not, too. So I'm just going to try this just to see. As you can see, I feel like I'm fishing. There's no catfish biting it whatsoever. And I did try a float on a small hook. Should have worked. Not even a nibble. I see what... Yeah, everybody's resetting. Reset your game, boys. I don't know why we have to do that, though. That's so miserable. You guys know what I'm saying. You guys know exactly what I'm saying. That timer shuts off and you just can't even catch a fish. The good thing about me putting these up, too, I hope at some point Fishing Panic looks at this and says, hey, you're right, Road. We probably shouldn't turn the bite rate off. So, A... is it programmed where it's like a lottery pool and only certain people get a bite rate, or B, is your game just glitching out? So it is a business standpoint. It's not a good thing to happen. Like I said, I'm trying to complain in a very professional manner. Nonetheless, I do enjoy myself, but it would be more fun if everybody caught fish. And I don't care if I win or lose. I do want to catch fish, however, though. And the only reason I'm trying this is because when I was doing that snakehead thing, the flathead would not leave me alone. Looking in the scoreboard here, I know we got Cathadian, we've got Bergie, two real good comp players. We got Josh, who does fairly well at a lot of these things. And I don't see any of my friends up there on that leaderboard, which is odd. And yes, if you keep that up high, you're going to catch bass with this thing. I think that's what I just got there. I'll go back to that crankbait here in a second. Just got to try something. Oh, you had a nip out. Oh, you haven't started yet, Bergie. Okay, well, good. I hope you have a freaking better bite rate than I'm having. But you see what can happen. I said I'm not even making excuses. It's just odd when it's that dead. Oh, you've had worse runs, bud. I appreciate it, Fergie. Oh man, you can't have the good days without the bad ones, I guess. But man, But you know what I'm saying? I kind of wish they would adjust these though. That way you don't, because you're always like, is my game glitched out? Did I just get dealt a bad bite rate? What's going on? Like, what do you do when you have a round this bad? Just stare a bobber out, or throw a bobber out and stare at it? Either way, it don't feel like you're gonna get a bite. And the horrible part is, the upcoming thing is the Xander Zeke. You know how exciting that one can be. This one was supposed to be the fun one. You hate that canal. Yeah, it depends. I've had pretty in the that thing saved my butt, man. And the Kawonskin. I had 10 unis and they wasn't huge, but I got my 10th one out of that, so I actually have the opposite. That thing saved my butt right at the end in that catfish tournament. Otherwise, I wouldn't have qualified. And I literally caught that last uni with 45 seconds to go and barely skirted through at 20th to get into the semis. But this main spot right here is doing me dirty. I mean, I've caught one. I'm gonna go to the what should I try? Let's try this. Any life? Josh has been quiet. Josh, did you even enter yet, or are you letting witnessing this torture I'm getting put through? There's one. Doubt he's very big, but or is it a bass? Is it a bass? No, it's not. Wow. I'll take it, boys. I will take it though. Oh, you're suffering your own torture, Josh. Bro, you're playing with the Xander Zeke with me, aren't you? I can't go on that one alone. I cannot go on that one alone, but I have to go in to try to get some gear, bro. Alright. Last 14 minutes. Come on, Fishing Planet. Give us a bite. Alright, perfect. Quit raining. It's gonna go uni, 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 right? I appreciate it, Josh. John's been quiet. He started out fast. Yeah, I get it, Deedles. You see what I'm talking about? Like I said, like I said, I'm not trying to come across wrong. Sometimes I sound like it, but I'm not just sitting there with my lower lip out. But you see what I'm saying? Enjoyment factor uh, kind of goes down if you get this zero bite rate like this, or practically a zero bite rate. And then I don't know how to explain it. Like I said, I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, but if they need to hand out the same. But the good part is I've never seen that person at the top. So you've caught one fish. Yeah, I'm sorry, Deedles, bro. I hate that you're having a bad experience. And that's what I'm hoping at some point Fishing Planet looks at some of this stuff, because it is. Number one, you do feel like you wasted your time. Number two, there's not much enjoyment in if you're not at least catching fish. Like, I don't even care if I just, catch 7, 8 common and 3 or 4 trophy, and I go uniless, so to speak. But I've caught 2 catfish as well, and I've tried all kinds of methods and lures. And let's see, I did a couple casts with a buzzbait. I tried a spinner with a crayfish. I tried a float rod. I've tried all the go-to cranks. It's not like I just stuck with one thing where, hey, the computer's not going to reward you. But it's just all going to be whatever bite rate they deal you. And that's what it feels like to me sometimes in these comps. But yeah, if I was a person in Power and Fishing Planet, I would look at your bite rate algorithm, and I would adjust it so everybody gets somewhat of a bite as long as they're in the parameters, and then just distribute the RNG from there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, Deedle. Like, I'm seriously not even being a crybaby about it, but they have to, and I've been on the other end where I got a nice bite rate, but I didn't do anything different. It's the thing. It's just the fish, they let the fish bite. And we are playing a computer fishing game, so there's that, but I don't know. Something in my head, they need to adjust some of this stuff. But not to sit there and trash on them. They got a great game, so. And obviously, if you're in an open lobby and just having fun, that was the rude awakening for me, because if I felt like I was getting a horrible bite rate when I knew I was doing something wrong, I would just turn off the dang game and go do something else and come back and play like you're walking away from the blackjack table. Like, all right, it's not my day. I'm just going to lose. But when you get in these comps and you're stuck like that where you're not getting anything, it's like, okay, well, kind of already pot committed. Next thing you know, you've spent 45 minutes and caught 2 or 3 fish. You want to see something horrible? Is it? Yeah, I think that's on PC. I watched a few clips on it because I like KP Shimino. My son's got a gaming PC. I just have the PS5, but I was watching some of KP stuff because I like KP Shimino, and yeah, he loves that game too. But yeah, it's a shame. I wish they would do something on this just for the fun factor. Because I'm still trying to enjoy myself, and I appreciate you guys tuning in to the channel and going through the torture with me. But I think most people would agree they would rather catch fish than and let the RNG kind of decide some of these comps and stuff. Yeah, I don't get it either, Josh. You seen me. I put up a clip on how to farm Kawachkin. And it was even an off peak like this, even raining. You guys can look back on my video on how to farm Kawachkin. I'm sitting in there murking them with the 30-foot 6.0, the Star Spangled trophy. I think I only got one uni, but look at that clip. I put a nice clip up on how to work a crankbait and stuff, and I'm just smashing them, working the gar. But yeah, you're exactly right. You can fill a crankbait up, and now look, it looks like my timer's turned on. But what if I would have had the same timer the entire match? Then obviously, Bergie, all you guys, Josh Hell, everybody watching this and tuning in, you guys could all put up good numbers, So I don't know how they fix it. I really don't. But I I think certain comps that I've played in this, other than maybe out of all the ones I've played in, I think the most consistent bite rate, and I think most of you guys would agree with this, is all those at Kanique. All those are fun. Even if you don't catch the big salmon, at least you're catching fish. And I think they should look at some of these. This one's in particular can be really fun if you're getting a bite, right? But if you're not getting a bite, as you can see what's happened, the timer just turned on. I'm not doing anything different. The timer just turned on. So I don't know what they're doing, really. I guess that's the only way they can determine who's going to win and who's going to lose. Which is kind of understandable. I know they have to have winners and losers. But if you don't, as we now get a unique, if you don't do... How can I explain this? I don't think, I've said it before, I don't think if they're doing it like that, you could, hopefully the random guy at the top wins. No offense to Roe, Koskov, but he always wins a bunch of stuff. Just don't give the same people the bite rate. In other words, if I come in here and 2 out of every 10 times I play in it, I got a bite rate, the consistency all the way through, you can't give the same bite rate to the same people over and over. And I'm not saying that's the case, but sometimes it does feel like it. And that's not taken away from Bam and all those guys that are slayers and that do really well in practice. I've said that 1,000 times. But when you feel like you're fishing in a dead lake and then all of a sudden a timer goes on and you're just slaying them like I am now, how am I a different player than when I started? That's the part that drives me crazy. And yeah, this has happened to me several times. What I was hoping was the computer was just saying, hey, quit throwing the crankbait, stupid. Put on a float or a bottom rod. But I tried the float rod. You guys see me. I went around the hot spots that I just practiced on. Hell, they were jumping out of the water at the bobber. Live stream. So I don't know. But nonetheless, I am trying to enjoy myself. So did your bite rate pick up? John, I haven't heard from John in a while. Is he raging? Yeah, I would agree with that too, Deedles. Yeah, like I said, that's what I meant by separating. Now, Deedles, you probably watched Super Dave too. He put somewhere, and I put a comment on there as well, his idea was if he just threw a number out, but let's say you don't get, whoever hasn't got a first, second, and third, at least 10 of them, he just threw a number out, like a podium. If you haven't got a podium at least 10 times, or whatever the number would be, I agree wholeheartedly with what Super Dave was saying. There definitely needs to either be an intermediate level or something they need to do. Oh, you got off? Yeah, I get it, Deedle. Like I said, I'm sorry you had a bad experience, man. I really don't think that's what Fishing Planet wants either. I don't think that they want you to have a bad experience. I don't know. Maybe with everything that's going on in the world, they just haven't had as much time, and maybe they're working on that thing. But I would like a dev to come in here and spend 45 minutes of his life and catch one fish on huge eyed like I posted up. When I know how to catch them, I put the marks up on my huge eyed on this, and I had a good rotation put together for you guys, for anybody that was wanting to try that comp out. I wasn't going to say I was going to smash it, but I have 4 good unique marks. I go in there and get dead lake. Josh was there with me. I catch one fish, one-eyed, and I know how to catch them. I know how to use a feeder rod. So yeah, I could see why you had a bad experience there, Deedle. And I don't really think that's what Fishing Planet wants. I just don't know if they've looked at it closely enough, but I would encourage a dev that ever would got a hold of this live stream and go through my channel and look at all the comps that are broken, or that the bite rate was broke. And I would encourage one of those guys that work on this game to go in there and spend 45 minutes an hour and see how enjoyable it is. Yeah, I appreciate it. Like I said, Deedles, I'm not just smacking the game. I just want them to evolve. I love the game too. It's a great game. Yeah, that one can be long, Josh. That's a really long. I would agree. That one, there's usually a pretty good bite in that. I don't know. I've only played in it twice because it's never on when I'm on. But the one long and one short is usually fun. But I would agree. They could probably put that in an hour. What's that other one that's an hour and a half? Is it the Big Brother or Don't Bully Me Shark? Maybe both of them are really long. That one's actually pretty fun. All right, buddy. Thanks for tuning in, Dito. I appreciate you supporting the channel, and I hope somehow I'm helping you one way or the other. But yeah, hopefully they address some of this stuff. If anything, we got the new ocean thing coming up at some point. So yeah, enjoy your day, buddy. I thank you for wishing me luck. Short cast, buzzer beater. Yeah, that's not a bad idea either, Josh. Comp should be skill rate based, depending on if they haven't completed 1,000 or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I hope they take a hard look at them. There's multiple things they could do, but yeah, I would agree. Either skill based matchmaking or X amount. I don't know. I mean, there was that one guy, and I normally don't even. What was that thing we played? Josh, what was that thing we played in last night? This one. Here's the part. I don't understand these things. And this guy, if he's watching, I'm sorry, but I don't understand that. Level 54, and he's got. Was that all from amateurs? I don't know if that lets you pull it up and see that right now, what I'm looking at. But here's a guy that's level 54 that's got. God dang, how many podiums is that? I don't know. Don't know. But yeah, we got. What do we got upcoming here? Is it the Sander? Oh, that is not going to be a funny one. Sanders Seek. Is that something we even practice for? What should we, what do we do? What should we do in the meantime? I don't really want to set up a bunch of car prods. That's really not, how much time do we got before this thing starts? An hour and 10 minutes. Should we, that is not going to be exciting either at all. And if we warmed up for perch, that would be no fun. Maybe we could put together... You're chasing uni blunt nose? Oh, you actually were being serious when you wanted a blunt nose mark. Do you need a blunt nose? You got that. Are you lying? You got St. Croix done, don't you? If you're being serious, you got that done, Josh. You don't have it done? Are you talking about St. Croix? I can literally give you the blunt nose mark if you need it at St. Croix. I have it. Maybe we should, I really don't want to practice for the Zeke. That just sounds silly. That's going to be torture as well. What are even the rewards on that thing? Oh, you are kidding. God, just the crankbait. That'd be it on that, but we got to grind that out. Maybe we should practice for the, what would be a fun practice? I'm scared if we practice for perch and have fun with that, then you play that for an hour and a half. That'd be way too much. So, should we, I know what we could do. I wish I knew the peak. Yeah, John, you went up there. Hey, man, at least you had a good run at the start. But like I said, that's what we've talked about this before. You'll come in, you'll get hot in one of them. It's like you never get the steady bite all the way through, and that's kind of what you need to place too. And that one at least, I usually start out really well, and then it just goes dead. But that time I was just, you notice what happened is that switch just turned on. I got a uni and several trophies there, and I got a decent score. But jeez, so I don't even know if I want to practice for that one. What do you guys want? What do you want to do? Anybody want to practice for something? What's coming up tomorrow? Nothing fun. Oh, hey, does it? That probably wouldn't be exciting there. Only 15,000 points for me. Practice. That's one that I want to learn at some point. This one here drives me crazy. Let's go, what should we do? I don't want to practice for Xander Zeke. That would be so boring. I got a bait rod in there. What is missing? Texas rig? What in the hell? Oh, are you done, John? Yeah, it's probably, what time is it there? Yeah, you gonna be done, John? Well, I forgot it's 8 o'clock there, isn't it, buddy? Well, at least you got your, at least you got a uni and you got some points up there. As you can see how bad I was struggling to start. I didn't think I was ever gonna get anything. At least I got a uni there at the end, but you want to run a quick, Anybody that wants to come in, you guys want to run a quick long and short just for practice? Because I'm not going to sit and practice for the Zeke Sander. There's no way in hell. That's going to be torture enough to go into that thing. But that's what's up on the agenda, so. You want to do a quick, like, 30 minutes on this just to see? Anybody? You will in 5 minutes? Alright, hold on a second. Let me, I'm going to get this set up for the Xander thing later. I'll keep that for that. I can use that. I won't use. Oh, shoot, I didn't know, John. Well, like I said, I was looking for something to do. I mean, I can go carp fish, but I was just trying to find something fun to do. I just don't think practicing for this will be fun. So let's go 5 minutes. You guys give me 1 second too. I gotta get a drink. I'll be right back. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, guys. Anybody watching? I'm gonna set up just a quick 45-minute long and short in the custom template. Hold on here. Let me go to the map first. I even got my boat. Dude, I have no bait. Let me do I? Just gonna put blood marks in there. Anyway, guys, I'll set up a custom temp if anybody wants to practice for the one long and one short for fun for like 45 minutes. Anybody tuning in that's finished up the thing, I'm going to put up just a quick practice for the long and short for later. I'll just set it for 45 minutes. They'll give me something. I'll just give me something to do. I'm not going to sit and practice for the Xander thing. No way in hell. I'm setting this up. It's open to join if anybody wants to join this in the customs. If not, that's fine. But I'm just going to warm up for Perch later because it's more fun than warming up for Xander at the freaking Ghent. I do not want to do that. I'm going to give it just a couple minutes, Josh, just in case anybody else is wanting to join in. Anybody wanting to join in and do a practice run for the one short, one long later? I'm setting up just a 45 minute run, which will give time for the for that Zeke thing later. Got a couple minutes to join. If not, I'm going to start it. Two minutes or less, guys. Anybody wanting to come in? All right, 1 minute. Nobody's wanting to warm up. Thanks for practicing with me, Josh. Like I said, I think it makes more sense to practice for this than the Xander thing. We know how that Xander thing plays out. You're either going to get that uni or you're not. So I'm going to go ahead and start this. I think some of the other people are probably still playing in the catfish thing. I think Bergie started his late. Alright, good luck. I hope you kick my butt. No screen sniping, Josh. No peeking at my top secret spots here, bro. Mm-hmm. Yes, you. Now watch, I'll probably get a 8-pound labio out of this somehow. If anybody wonders what I'm doing, I'm trying to get a small one here. If you haven't figured that out. Getting ready to be on the board, Josh. That's a good start. Well, what the hell do I have this on for? It's been a while since I fished for perch, believe it or not. And you guys tuning in, we're just practicing for the, me and Josh is practicing for the one long, one short later on. The next thing up on the agenda is the, make sure I registered for that piece of crap. That's up next, but we're actually practicing for this. That's the more fun one. That one's not very exciting. We're just doing 45 minutes just to kill some time. See if I can pull in some catfish. Anybody tuning in? We did get a bulldog right off the dock, if you guys didn't know that, in the long and short. If you do need a small, you can get a nice small right off the dock. I love fishing for the perch, but I fished for them so much back when the Congo opened. I don't really come here as often unless I'm putting a video or something together. But I've only played in the long and short twice, believe it or not. That thing is it's usually on like 1 a.m. or something silly, so I don't typically get to participate in it. And Bergie, if you're watching, I hope you're having better luck in that catfish thing than I did. Good grief. That's a nice small, Josh. Good enough to get you on the board. Uh-oh, Cole Crotter's coming online. What is the peak on this thing? Oh yeah, yeah. It does start out a peak. I couldn't even remember where this peak started. Oh, that was a nice one. Does it have to be the rip shot? Try a 4. Sometimes I'll do that. Doesn't always help, but I will upgrade my hook right after I get the trophy. And this thing starts in a crappy peak, but it usually picks up as you go. Hold on a second, John. Time is this the next one? What do you mean? The next comp? It's the Xander Zeke. This one doesn't start until 7 o'clock my time, I think. I'll have to look, John. The one long and one short. Hold on, let me look for you, buddy. I want to say it starts at the... let's see what time. It starts at 5. 5 for me, which would be 11 o'clock for you. But that thing's an hour and a half, bro, I'm pretty sure. We're just killing a little bit of time. Yeah, it doesn't start for 2 hours and 45 minutes. We were just messing around, Josh and I messing around with this one to just do something. I didn't want to practice for this one, but I haven't fished for perch for a while, so I just wanted to get my routine together. Something to do. I was going to carp fish, but I didn't want to get it all set up. Okay, yeah, I appreciate you stopping by. Like I said, we're just messing around. I just really did not want to practice for that Zeke thing at all. I got the basic concept on it. I'm just going in and hoping to get a lucky uni and a decent small one and get some gear at some point. This one will be the one that's more fun. There's usually a lot of participation in this one too. I've only played it in third time or 2 times, so this will be my third time, and I haven't put that one up on the channel. Hook 1 red. Work. Yeah. No, 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 no. Not. It's not that one. That's the Nile Emperor, John. This one you go for the little banded tilapia with a feeder rod or a bulldog fish or whatever they're called. I got a nice bulldog fish already, so. This one's one long and one short, so you try to get the shortest fish and then get the longest Nile you can. And just because you got a heavy Nile don't mean, in other words, you could get a 440 pound Nile perch and somebody else could have one that's 435, but their 435 is just longer than yours. Oh, okay. I thought you were meaning the offset hook for the offset hook with the jelly shad. I thought that's what you were talking about. No, I thought the same thing. It's actually everybody goes for the perch. No, everybody's gonna go for the perch, man. This one's usually pretty fun. The peak starts out pretty crappy, but then it'll pick up. Like right now, you're not in peak, so the bite rate's really slow. It's not as bad as the Nile Emperor, but it starts out really, really slow. But what the funny part is, what'll happen is your little fish actually affects you. So if two people have one, let's say that's their big one's pretty close to in proximity to each other, then you'll have battle of the small. So the two or three guys at the top are actually going for really small fish, trying to get the shortest fish. It's hard to explain. You'll have to watch later when it plays out. I'm gonna put it up so there that people can see it. I'll put it up on the channel. But any of you guys tune in and say, "Wait, why don't you have one yet?" This peak on this thing, it starts out really bad, but it's an hour and a half long. So at that tip top peak, man, there's a lot of fish that get handed out. So it could start out a little slow, but then it'll really pick up. And actually, a little spot I bet nobody even knows about. All these down here overlap, but I bet nobody even. I found this when I first started fishing here. There's actually perch right here. But it just overlaps with the other spot. There's perch right here as well. As you can see, I found that right when the Congo had opened. It's just because there's a rock bottom there. All I did is went around on the map and started testing spots. Yeah. Huh? All right. Is it slow for you too, Josh? Oh, that was a big hit. At least the spot's active. Oh, good. Hope you got a big one, buddy. I've dug some pigs out of this spot before. It's weird. Sometimes what'll happen up there is that spot, you'll get that trophy, and then the unique, because this whole flat area down here, a lot of people don't realize that If that uni gets stubborn up here, it could be at one of two places. I might even go to a 10, but basically, guys, just so you're kind of aware, you got the spots up here, right, all around this, the deep spots, but they also say on the map, on the thing, that they like rock bottoms. So I'd found this a long time ago, but what can happen is these overlap. So in other words, you can't get a unique here, come in here and get a unique, but what'll happen is if you get the trophy up here, see, I just put out a bunch of test markers when I first started playing down here, but what can happen is you can come up here, I'd mark the edge. If the unique's not biting here after you get the trophy, he could be here, he could be down here, or he could be over in here, all this area. But all this overlaps, I assure you. I've fished this map a ton. All this right here overlaps, but you can get the uni all around there. So if you ever get the position, you can't get the uni after the trophy, try casting at both these different spots. Sometimes it'll hit for you, sometimes it won't. Oof, that was a nice one. There's one. I don't know if it's the uni, but oh yeah, he's a nice one. There we go, boys. I bet you didn't know that, did you? Not a very big pig, but again, since I just caught this here, I just caught that unique there, I can't go up here and catch one. I can't go over here and catch one. I think I've showed this before on my videos. This doesn't overlap, but if you get in that spot before anybody that watches this back, you're welcome in advance. If you can't get the trophy here and it seems stubborn, it's either going to be sitting here, here, or way over here. But you can't control how big your fish is going to be. As you can see, I tried using a 14 and I got a 365 pounder. And now I'm going to put on a smaller hook and just see if anything changes. And unless Josh gets one bigger than me, I won't go for a small one. I haven't put this one on. I know I did put that one on. Let's do this one. But it took me a while when I first started playing the Congo to figure that out. Because I would get the uni there, go there, get the trophy at the other spot, and I'm like, well, why can't I get a uni here? But then I realized, okay, well, that whole area down there, there's just only one uni. And same thing here. Where is it? I don't even have it marked anymore. There's actually a unique perch way down in here somewhere, but it's just connected to this. But this spot's usually hot. I used to have it marked. There's actually a unique out in there somewhere. Not where that mark is, but somewhere in there there's a unique, but it's just overlapped with this one. But this spot here is usually consistent, so. But yeah, fun fact. As you can see, I picked up the 365 pounder on a 14.0. I have caught 4 of the 451 pounders, like I said in my video, and I want to say one was on a 10, one was on a 12, and 2 was on a 14. But 3 out of the 4 were on 4-inch shads too, by the way. But that don't mean they're not getting them on a 6-inch. And yes, I would love to get the X Series shad. The rib 6-inch or just the regular X Series shad. That would be amazing at some point. I think they give away the... I'll have to look at that. I don't even remember what they give away in this. Any of you guys tuning out? Me and my friend Josh are just practicing for the long and short later on. Got a few more minutes, so I hadn't fished for perch for a while, so I was just coming and getting warmed up for the long and short after the Sanders Zeke there. Oof. This spot here is weird. I've literally caught this one from every angle almost, but sometimes you have to come up here. You getting a slow bite right, Josh? Alright, let's see if a 6-inch does make any difference. Just got one good. Maybe the weight was worth it and it's a 400 pounder. Oh, do me a favor too, if you got the Union that's bigger than mine. I need to look at my net a second ago too. I can't even remember how long they get. I think once the guys were talking about in the chat, I want to say it was 78 inches some of them can get up there. It's just a common. 441 pounder, 79 inches. I knew a 78 or something was a good score. Yeah, I can't remember. This one's weird because it's by the length, not the weight. It always threw me off. Like I said, I've only played in 2 other ones, so that's why I kind of wanted to come in and kind of see where they fell. And then the last time I played in it, I caught 4 uniques, but my first one I caught was 286 pounds, which is comical. It's the smallest unique you can get out of an Isle perch. On a 14.0, mind you. Oh, that's a tiny one. Alright, spot's active. So, Again, any of you guys tuning out, nothing too exciting. We're just getting warm. Josh and I are just messing around, getting warmed up for the long and short. That's going to follow the Sanders Zeke today. We couldn't take the pain of going to Ghent and fishing for the Xander too long, so figured we'd come and test this peak out in the template just to kind of see how things break out. I haven't played in this thing forever. I don't even think that's a trophy. What is that, trophy? Decent trophy. Oof. Missed it. Maybe he does want the pink one. I'm giving this guy one more cast. If not, I'm going to bail out into a different spot. Oh, that was him. Again, because I'm cool like that, anybody that, I don't know if you guys ever fished this spot. This spot's annoying. If you can see, I got a 450 pound there before. It's a hard, kind of got it. You can catch it going down through here this way, but I usually have better luck casting from this angle here. But it's full of catfish too. Have a good day at work, baby?
Yeah.
Busy? Attaboy, Josh. Yeah, I know. It'd be funny if I did catch a catfish. John, did you see that first spot that I pulled that 360 out? Good fish, Josh. How long is that, Josh? I wonder how much they go up per every 10 pounds, I wonder. Oh. Hello there, Treagle. She already went upstairs, John. John said, hello, Treagle. She said something, John. I don't know what she said. She's upstairs. 78.1. Damn, that's a long one for only a 3. $76 so that one's about 1.3 inches longer. That's insane. I remember Jur was battling with a guy once in this, one of the times I played. And so basically on this one, guys, I'll explain it more whenever it starts. How much time do we got for this piece of crap here? 20 minutes. But yeah, John, I'd probably catch catfish now since I couldn't catch them in the catfish trials. You seen how dead length I was, though. That was bad, dude. I ain't gonna lie, but when I casted a bobber out even, that's when I'm like, okay, this lake's completely dead. This spot here is also extremely weird. I just kind of wanted to show it to you guys. This thing, most of the time if they bite way back there, it's going to be a catfish. what you kind of want to do here, I'm not saying it's going to happen. Most of the time when I catch them here, it literally falls it almost to the, oh, yeah, they fall about that far away. That's why a lot of times you see me doing that, because I've had these things bite me 25 foot before. You basically just pull them right up out. That's another reason I kind of like the 4-inch over the 6-inch too. If you notice, I can downsize my sinker, but I hate having such a short cast. But yeah, I promise the 3 out of the 4 biggest perch I caught were on 4-inch shads. And I don't know, this is because I use the 4-inch more maybe, but I can usually keep the 4-inch in that nice hit zone a little better than I do the 6. The 6 always kind of just bottom out. Josh is heating up. I forgot I had a mark right here. Oh, there he was too. Just missed him. Dang. He thumped that thing too. I think Josh just took another $100 off of my account. Okay, guys, never fish this spot. It sucks. Nah, it's a good spot. Just wasn't active. I think I might have missed one big one. Again, any of you guys looking for that mark later? There's the edge. There's some really nice ones there. All right, that's the nice warm up. Good game, Joshua. Damn good game, buddy. I'm gonna get a quick drink, guys, and then get ready for this really exciting Sanders Zeke difference here. Here in, I want to say 18 minutes or so, 15 minutes, 12 minutes, perfect. So give me a second. I'm gonna get a drink real quick, and I'll be right back, and we'll get set up for that Stinkfest. Alright, guys. Ugh, I'm kind of dreading this one. Wrong rod. I'll get set up, guys, and I'll go and just give it a couple casts. And I think I remember what I was. So 1/3, 1/0. I'm gonna want. What else do I want? That one. Half ounce 3-0. Where is it? That's not it. Finally, good grief. This one, where the... What does that even matter? I'm just gonna hop in, do a few casts, guys, and I'll back out of the lobby and come back into it. Hopefully I don't get too horrible bite rate. But this one here is not really exciting as well, but grinding the comps. Part of it. Hold on. I stood over here. He's practicing. This guy's here, he's been playing the comps a bunch. This thing is at night. I want to say it's this peak too. One oh one sixth. Dude, that's too small. I don't know. Bergie's in here already warming up. Hold on. There's something I wanted to try. Josh is resetting. I want to see if the Xander would hit this. I'm wondering if Jur's even gonna play in this one, isn't he? Dude, I don't know. I want him to. Thinking. This thing already started? Yeah, it is. I'm gonna back out of this real quick. Comp will start here in a second, guys. I'm gonna load up another lake for a second and then come back to this just in case, because I can't turn my app off or this stupid stream will stop and I had to restart it. As well as I think I'm missing a jig head. I could have swore. Oh, that was hideous. That was actually a low score. Maybe that round was just really horrible. Got any buddies up here? Nope. All the regulars except for that. I've never seen that person before. Good for them. They got him something. Alright, hold on a second. Just in case I get a big one. That's not it. There it is. No, yeah. I did have that one. Wait, what? This is hideous. That could be the problem. Too much inventory, guys. There. That's what I want on for the small one. I think I'm actually going to just start with... Alright, we're ready to rock. This could be bad, guys. Anybody playing along, I hope you guys do well. Good luck. I hope this is not that one weird 9 o'clock peak one. Oh, is it that weird? Oh, this one's not horrible. It's bad, but it's not real bad. Good grief, that was quick. He got a small one, though. He can catch two, so hopefully he gets a bigger one than that. I'm trying to keep this as low as I can for right now. Josh had this one down the last time we played in it. Come on and give us a fish. Oh, hit it right at the last minute. I'm trying to do a lift and drop on purpose, guys. Don't mean they're going to hit it, but that's what they usually like. Oh, there we go. The trophy, I think. I'm not sure. Nope, just a tiny one. At least we got one. And this comp here can test your patience for sure. These things are just about like fishing for the walleye. You can still get them on a stop and go and a twitch, but oh, I missed it again. Bro, come on. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Welcome to the stream. We're doing this most exciting comp ever. If anybody loves the Ghent Canal, that's where we're at. Try Twitch. Every time he hits it 50 foot out. I usually get him on this left side. I don't know why. Oh, look at Josh sneaking up there. He's got his gapper. Ah, this one's testing my patience. I'm not putting up with that again. Exactly what happened to me last time. I used to be able to get 2 of these things. Good grief. Is anybody else playing in this besides Josh? Speed 2, Twitch. Of course I was touching. On the Loki. Uh, that was a big hit. This thing in this comp's starting to get worse than the Volgazander at Tuba. Let me try something. Maybe they're wanting the jig winner. I do not know. A little lighter line. Maybe. Appreciate you guys tuning in too. I know some of these are, what is this? Back in the weed patch. Alright, come on. Can't get a better retrieve than that. Let them drop. Oh, he wanted it. Josh looks like he picked up his trophy. Dude, it takes so... Oh, no, it's going to rain. Great. Oh, missed it again. Missed it again. Oh, come on. 3-dot lift and drop. Won't hit the twitch. Go back to lift and drop. They're almost always right in that zone, right off the bottom. Try medium spoon. Holy! Look how small that guy's gap fish is. 1.6. Of course it's going to be the team guys. And you guys tune in. This is the real exciting one here at the Xander Seek. And you guys have played in it, know how it goes. We've caught one fish. We're rocking out with a nice 3.4. So we don't have the big, we don't have the small. It's raining with 25 minutes to go. Tried a shad, tried a purple worm, tried the glow worm. We've tried 3/4 holographic narrow spoon. Tried lift and drop, tried twitch. Does it have to be a stop and go? I haven't tried stop and go. I mean, that's a pretty good retrieve. What the else could I do? If this feels like it'd be too big, well, let's try it anyway. Wouldn't have to stop and go. Wondering. Maybe? Obviously, there's no sense of going for the small one. I got a, not a great small one, but obviously get the big one first. No guarantees. Breaking out the heavy artillery, boys. Probably get a pike or something with it. Will the Yeti ever hit? Will a fish ever hit? I'm a trying, boys. This one is not easy. Good Lord. Josh, I appreciate you tagging along with me in this one. I can't believe I'm at 27th and I've caught one fish. Hell with it, I'm going to work it up here a little higher. They're up high for some reason. Sure can't get them off the bottom. I did have a nibble. That's promising. I hate to say this, but I think the flounder comp here is more fun than this one. Good grief, and I love casting a lure, but come on now. Hello. Oh. Just try and stop and go because I couldn't get him on a lift and drop. Can't get him on a twitch. And you guys tuning in, this is pretty much a train wreck sitting here at the Ghent trying to catch the elusive Xander. Short of trying a straight retrieve, I've tried every retrieve in the book. I am excited, however. Goodbye. Thank you for stopping into the stream. Did I get staff with my replacements? Did I get staff with my replacements? I don't know what you mean, Trevo, bro. Thank you for stopping in, Brazil. Good to see you, buddy. Sorry this one was so boring. I was trying to catch a fish, man. You know how these things go if you played in them. I was hoping to make you guys proud. Still ain't over, but, man. I'm working hard trying to get a fish in here. And they will not bite. Dude, I don't know how many 3 dots a guy can hit. Let me try something. I'm gonna go back to my Loki. It's got a really slow retrieve. Maybe I can. This is the setup I usually use for the walleye too, but really slow reel retrieve on this one, like 27.5 inches. But the line's so heavy, I figured I'd be better off using the smaller Loki or the jig winner. I normally don't struggle this bad in this one. I almost always get one unit. Weird thing is I haven't even got a trophy though. There's one. Poor Weber. I think he's had a good run. He's had 3. They just won't give him a big one. I want to say that's 3 that guy got. Good fishing nonetheless, bro. That's usually me in the perch tournaments. I'll get several uniques, but never a big one. Trying to keep a faster reel speed just to see if I can trigger a response. Are they even gonna give me a fish? Just doesn't make any sense that they'd be up higher. They're always low. Come on, dial me up a bite at least. Good Lord. Hmm. Hold on. Grub? Maybe? I never had trouble catching them on worms before. That's the odd part. They normally hammer lift and drop, guys. Even if you can just keep 2 dots like that. Oh, he missed it. What is that? Snag? The rib shad, 15 centimeters. I'm trying to think what 15 centimeters. I appreciate you trying to help me, Trevo. You can see I'm over here flailing, dude. I normally don't. I swear I normally can almost always get at least one. Most of the time I can just go down there and get the other one. And then at one time I even caught 3 like Weber did here. I don't know if I'm just... I haven't been able to reset my app either. I've just gone in and out because I've tried to keep the stream going. But man, I normally don't struggle this bad. I'll try it, bro. I am open for suggestions, my friends. But I know I got the retrieve down. I never had problems bouncing. I normally don't struggle too bad on walleye. I'm not like the greatest at walleye, but I usually do alright with the walleye. And even the Bulgur Sander, I can even pick those up. It's pretty much the similar retrieve. It's got to be at the bottom most of the time. Well, the odd part is I haven't even got a trophy. Normally, if you miss on this thing, you get a trophy or two. Or you get like 2 5-pound trophies. I've had that happen, I think, when I put this one up on the channel, but I almost never get trophyless. My game could just be glitching out too, so who knows. I know, it's not. I usually like the spoon too. Uh, so I finally got a nice hit. Ah. The humbling experiences Fishing Planet gives you. Take 420. Good grief. Come on, 3-dotting all the way. Well, when it's not in the cards, it's not in the cards, boys. It's like real fishing. It is sometimes. I get it. I get it. And I'm stubborn in real life too. If I'm going after a bass or something, I'll literally cast 100 times at something. But Yeah, this one here is just, oh, I had a bite right at the end. That would have been nice to get one. So, yeah, after this, I'm gonna take a quick break, guys, and then I'm gonna post up whenever the we'll be participating in the long and short here. And I'll have to look here in a second, but I'm definitely not casting again. I appreciate you guys supporting the channel and all your positive feedback you've been giving. If you guys have any suggestions or requests or need any help with anything, and obviously if you see me doing something horrible that you could help me with, don't hesitate to message me. So I like learning off everybody as well. So again, as I started this channel and I've met a lot more people, I'm just gaining more knowledge as I'm passing knowledge on to you guys, and you know how difficult these comps can be. So I appreciate all you guys and your positive feedback for sure. So what we're gonna do is, my wife just got off work. I'm gonna spend a little bit of time with her, get something to eat, and then I'll be back in here about an hour, and we'll get ready for the one long and one short. So again, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you here in about an hour. Anybody that's going to participate in that, that's usually a really fun one. So a lot of good stuff in there you could pick up. So thank you guys for tuning in.